Please, I've spent more money on Epic than I will ever spend on Activision Blizzard on purpose. I have
But
not bought Diablo 4, and I love Diablo 2. Diablo 2 was a mood, and I will never. I'm actually looking at Path to Exile right now. I'm actually looking at Baldur's Gate 3 because I'm hyping.
But it's Diablo.
Nope.
I'm not with you with Baldur's Gate 3. We could do that.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because I actually looked at Baldur's Gate 3. I was looking at DJ playing it, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good.
I still wonder how people will feel like when you made wasn't it you who made the statement talking about the best RP like game of the year is around the corner with Starfield? When people were already looking at Baldur's Gate 3. Oh no, wait, no. They were giving RPG of the year to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Because that's
how would people feel if Baldur's Gate wins RPG when Starfield is also an RPG? Doesn't win that, but it wins Game of the Year.
I think because Baldur's Gate 3 is good, and because again, I can't speak for Starfield because Starfield's not out yet.
No, but saying, like you said, Game of the Year, like the Game of the Year was coming out in a couple of weeks, referring to Starfield, which is an RPG. I could have sworn I saw you say that somewhere. I thought I saw you say that somewhere. Was it on the? As a matter of fact, I think it was about the sandwiches.
That was the sandwiches because I was talking about that as game. I was making a joke about Game of the Year because of the sandwiches.
Oh, so you do not mean it as the game itself?
No,
but just the sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
The sandwiches are Game of the Year.
When I talk about Game of the Year shit, I usually talk about in the vein of like weird shit for me to do.
Your disc, I cannot navigate your Discord. Where is the YouTube part? The YouTube channel. That's YouTube docs.
Right. So what are you trying to look for?
Okay, YouTube. I'm looking for that sandwiches bit.
Check.
I found it. It's in YouTube videos.
Yes, YouTube
YouTube I now notice that it's only one section for YouTube in the promotion section. Everything else is Twitch.
Right. Because you basically have promotion.
Yeah, you named it Game of the Year, hashtag Shorts, hashtag Starfield.
Yeah.
So again, as it reads as if Starfield was Game of the Year contender for you, not the sandwich.
I would not. I can't fundamental. I would say that if you want to think about something, I would have said the Game of the Year for the fact that it had an introvert trait. That was something that really tapped into me. Where it was like,
Starfield is Game of the Year for me because it allows me to steal sandwiches and put them on a table. The sandwich, I'm going to say what you want. What you are cowardly to not say Starfield is Game of the Year because of the sandwich table. Baldur's Gate 3 does not have a sandwich table. Starfield wins Game of the Year solely for the sandwich table.
Like I like the fact that Baldur's Gate would be more of a Game of the Year than Starfield on the bare fact that you could do dice rolls.
Look, Baldur's Gate can have RPG of the Year. We could just sit there and not classify Starfield as an RPG and just say it's a sandwich stealing simulator. It's competing in the triple S category of sandwich stealing simulators.
Yeah,
quadruple S.
I'm gonna play it I'm gonna play it. It's on like Starfield is on the list because they went on Game Pass. And Baldur's Gate 3 is probably maybe a good.
Are you going to play it on day one with the rest of us?
What, Starfield?
Yes.
Yes.
Because that might be a whole rest of the year thing for us. Maybe. I don't know. I might get bored. It's like, all right, you know what? Because this is the first Bethesda game I am willing to try from day one. You had to pull teeth with Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Starfield is the first one I'm willing to play day one.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm going to start a new category of games. It's called 4S, not 4X, 4S. And that's sandwich stealing simulators in space. And just for that alone, Starfield has that sole category and should therefore, it won't win RPG because it's not an RPG, it's a 4S game. I don't know why I'm doing this for 4S. This is weird. It's going to win 4S. It's a 4S game. Therefore, it's unqualified for RPG. That way, Baldur's Gate 3 can win Best RPG, and Starfield can win Game of the Year because it's the best game because it allows you to steal sandwiches in space.
I'm like,
in a simulation.
I'm like, if it's not fundamentally broken, but at least spiritly fun, and the gun game is solid, I'll give it option for Game of the Year.
I want to highlight this comment from Verge because, again, speaking truth to power, no way BG3 Game of the Year. It's not in space and has no sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
And of course you didn't know. Welcome everybody. Hi, how you doing? It is your boy Mark Summers Major Linux, twitch.tv/Major Linux. It's time once again for Tech Talk Thursdays for August 10th, 2023. Of course, joined this week and every week by Kevin Kev. It's your boy Kev in the building.
Lift every chair and swing till earth and heaven ring. How you doing?
Hallelujah.
I was accused of banning someone early, about a week ago. Well, actually, no, not even a week ago. I was accused of banning someone 3 days ago. I will go out of my way to make sure no one else shares toxic comments in this channel if I feel that it is a threat to this community.
Embarrassing.
Just eating my yogurt.
What flavor is that yogurt? Is it strawberry?
No, it's black cherry. That's my favorite.
And of course, I want to introduce one of my favorite moderators. Cynthia in the building.
Your favorite IT's favorite moderator.
Yep, your favorite IT guy's favorite moderator.
Love to see it, and good evening. Tag. I'm going to tag something. I'm going to take a page from the read this week. Hi, we're your hosts for this particular podcast, and I am the lady on the dock filming everything and making commentary during the Montgomery minking.
Mm-hmm.
Not the minking.
Yep, and I'm the first guy that intervened, and
okay, come on, Scuba Gooding Jr.
Aquaman.
Michael B. Phelps. Michael B. Phelps was my favorite one.
Scuba Jr. Scuba Gooding took me right out. Sure did. I was just like, y'all didn't do that.
And I mean, that was like literally.
Oh my God.
That was literally the battle cry, the battle call.
Yeah.
Like,
I swear, I had no idea what the fuck happened, but all I know is that Sunday, my timeline was just elevated on TikTok.
Well, TikTok,
and it continued on the Monday. It continued on the Tuesday. I said, "There's no way!" Like, the algorithm knows me all too well. It loves the shot. It knows that I enjoy Schadenfreude.
When the filters came out. Like,
oh
what folding chair are you? I was like,
God. It almost made me want to use it. As I don't use filters, I almost use that one, but I say no, I still can't.
As somebody who has used the what controller are you? What game controller are you? I have no shame. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. I've been busy, y'all. I've been booked and busy this week. I hadn't got a chance to it.
But yeah, before we do go any further, it does behoove me to mention something that happened this week because it was hilarious.
Yeah,
in which I did not notice anything had happened until Tuesday night at like 11:30 in the evening.
I don't know how, but yeah.
So obviously we all know what happened because most of the people who are in here now know we're in here last week when, you know, we started talking about a streaming platform and how, you know, it could just be dangerous for your data, and not promoting one over the other, just saying, hey, be careful here at this place. Baby, just don't be there.
I'm just gonna drink myself, sir.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
To which after the stream, after the show, we talked about it. It was a conversation we had about, you know, what should we do about what went down. So don't even worry about it. I will say it right now, and I've said it then. I've said it to that person, whether they blocked me or not, on Mastodon. They didn't break any rules in my eyes. They were, and I even thought about it in my head. So, you know, they were being a dick, but not an asshole. My rules are don't be an asshole. They were being a dick, just not an asshole. They're okay. However, the individual decided he wanted to go somewhere else and start the same shit over in a person's channel that really didn't have much to say in the original conversation. So a moderator of mine, I'm not going to say who, felt that this individual was not safe for the community. They did what they needed to do, and that was that. It wasn't until...
Or so we thought.
Yeah, because it wasn't until Tuesday when I came back for stream that apparently this individual tried to get into the stream. Who knows for what? I guess I'll never know. Realized they couldn't, and then decided they wanted to blast me on Mastodon to their, I want to say, less than 100 followers.
Not you quoting numbers, Major.
I mean, because they went out and quoted my numbers.
The numbers weren't even correct, though.
Which again,
you know something? I'm just going to mind my business. I sure am. You know something? How is that yogurt going, Kevin?
Well, pretty good. I just finished it. It was very delicious.
But yeah, so that was the thing that kind of happened. Was not aware that anything had happened. They decided to slander me on Mastodon to whoever would listen to them. I gave, look, again, I'm a nice guy. Gave that individual a benefit of the doubt. Said, hey, maybe you just didn't know. I didn't remove you from the platform. I didn't remove you from my channel. But also, you know, remember, you do not have exclusive access to me. If you cannot get access to me, fucking deal with it on your own. Not to mention, if you have questions, you know, you can always appeal the ban to the channel owner. And not try to drag it out into the street and make some public scene of it to I don't know who. But yeah, as of right now, haven't heard anything. Still haven't. So it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, all I want to say is shit, fuck Kick. You know, if you are an individual who does not care about the safety of yourself and your community, that's on you.
I mean, the call in the field still stands. I mean,
yeah, You do not have exclusive access to me or any content creator if they decide to remove you from their platform. And for somebody who out here trying to look like, you know, an ancient Egyptian status with the crying Jordan meme and trying to be big, bad, and tough. Yeah, you crying like a little bitch on social media does not make you the man you think you are.
You're not calling them out like that, Major. Hold on.
I am though, because you know they had the time to apologize. They didn't. And again, we have to remember who owns the platform. If he was man enough, if he wanted to take the opportunity to be the big man he says he is, you know, having tried so many other social media so many other streaming platforms since 2009, you take the time to apologize for making the erroneous mistakes you did on social media. But that's just me.
And again, I'm gonna sip this seltzer.
It's the way that we had to like Major had to take us back in time. He took us from the chair meme to our predecessor, the twisted tea can.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a good one. I mean, my man slapped him with a smooth, full can, and then they were just sending him twisted teas. Send him a case. Send him more.
I got something coming in hot to the podcast DMs.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
You can share that with the class.
I will. Just turn my music up for a second. Got these Afro beats going on. Chill Afro beats. All right. Let's get in. Oh, I made it in time for the chair memes. We started with the chair memes. I got mine back in the back here. I told Kev I'm gonna move it over here so more people can see it.
I feel like we also need to make room for some of our more southern cousins in the form of the longer folding lawn chairs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those need to enter the conversation along with our grandfathers and grandmothers' classics. Those like woven like folding chairs, not the ones with the flat ones, but let me see if I can find an image of those. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
One of them smooth Adirondack chairs, you know.
I was so confused about the chair memes the night of the video going viral because I didn't want the video. No, you should want that video.
No, you want that
video. You want that video.
I think it was watch, not the word want. I think want is the word that appeared.
Got you. Okay. Got you. I was because you want that video. You want that one.
Yeah.
Of all the videos, you'll want that one.
I'm going to drop another chair that we need to pay homage to real quick.
Oh my goodness. That's a throwback. That is a throwback.
That whole moment was so satisfying.
That is the old head chair. That
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Imagine getting the church ones though, the ones that are all wood.
Mm-hmm. but them be light. Good, good swinging,
Yeah, I mean, I know like the metallic one, this wicker one will be like more aerodynamic, easy to get around with. But no, I want like that broadsword joint.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Cloud Strife Buster Sword of folding chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you walking around with that?
Hitting them with straight up Omni slashes.
Yup. Brave this.
Brave a slash. Hit somebody with a smooth braver. Orbital. All of a sudden, you just see like an orbital high and slash down, and I'm like, da, 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 da.
Clearly, Final Fantasy VII Remake being played on this channel weeknights, 8:00 p.m. So let's get into the nug, shall we? Oh, let's see.
Let's do it.
Got some ransomware stuff. We got some Twitter stuff. We got some Disney stuff. Some PlayStation stuff. We got it all. First, starting off with US is the #1 country for ransomware attacks, 7 times more than the next country.
I believe it.
I believe it. We a nice fat target.
And the reason that I believe it is because people will be out here not to factoring things, not checking their domains, and accidentally sending things to other countries in the first place. So, like, how hard is ransom at that point?
Still, whole municipality still running on XP and wondering why.
Okay, first thing, you have the nerve to say XP like these people are running on either NT server or Windows 98 second edition.
But you got to remember, those computers would have to have access to the internet. So, I mean, I would imagine at least 98 would not be a part of this.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it would, because someone had like an old copy stuck somewhere that came with like a game sample of like the old pinball game,
what I'm saying
Monkey's
is, like,
Island, and like an old Diablo disc.
Who? I guess some rural areas would still use dial-up, but my whole thing is like, I imagine it NIC support would have come through with XP, unless you had those drivers for Windows 98 for a NIC card.
Because someone had to, like, it's between that and like people using, oh God, what was it? Net Zero?
But yeah, that was dial-up. So it's like, what are you doing with dial-up? But again, this is also the US.
What are we doing with dial-up? These people are sending confidential email via Yahoo addresses. Please.
Truly keep it a band a buck with you. There is still places out here that doesn't have rural internet. There's places out here that do not have.
That's why I'm retracting the statement.
Mm-hmm.
Major was just like, you know what?
Yeah, you're right.
Never mind.
You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna let you cook. Yep.
Yeah, I still don't see how that's Windows 98, but I mean, I get the dial-up part. Like, I'll still fight your 98, but dial-up, I'll take back the dial-up statement.
Oh no, like
somebody's still running Windows 11 with dial-up.
98 just because of hyperbole. I don't know if they're using Windows 98. I hope they're not, but I also would not be surprised if you told me that next week.
Do you think that there's still somebody with Windows 11 who is still using dial-up?
Yes.
I'm gonna say that.
You don't think they would have at least gotten DSL?
Because
that still goes to a phone line.
But see, you got to take under.
How much paperwork do you think they have to get that installed?
Right. Plus, you got to take into consideration
you go through CenturyLink or something, right? Like, I'd imagine it wouldn't be as much paperwork as like signing up for an ISP anyway, or at least like HughesNet or Starlink, right?
Yeah.
You would hope, but
yeah, satellite. Yeah.
I feel like DSL would be like the easiest option because that still goes to a phone line, still goes to copper.
Yeah.
They getting internet using that grandma's old number.
Mm-hmm. Look, we at one point we were a 2-phone number household.
Ooh,
my dad was doing
2 numbers.
Not that we were rich. My dad was just doing some weird shit, man.
Oh, I say rich. I said fancy.
See, we can see where I get the bespoke solutions. Like, why do we have 2 phone numbers? But it's like, you kind of get it. It's like, well, because if you're on dial-up, then like if you're on dial-up, it wouldn't cut off the other phone line.
It'd be like, oh, I need to make a phone call. Cool. Kev, get off the phone. Get off the internet.
Yeah, I don't
there
think.
You go.
Yeah, we may have heard that at the beginning, but yeah, at a certain point we set up like a second phone line, and yeah, they cut that out almost completely.
Mm-hmm.
See, my experience so far with ransomware attacks is always user clicks on something by email, affects everything. One time was a new on-site IT guy for one of my T&M clients. Had his account breached within like 2 months. They got administrative access to the firewall, AD and Azure environment with one credential, no MFA. That was a wrap. They called us in for cleanup after that.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be me though.
I left. I can just imagine. I can just imagine like Ruin going in like the first Ghost of Ghostbusters. The elevator scene. Talk about you guys the pest control? Yeah. What? Somebody see the cockroach on the 5th floor. Must have been a big cockroach. Yeah, bite your head off, brother. Going up with us? I'll take the next one. That must be some cockroach.
So
I'll take the next one.
Yeah, so it's between it's like honestly, yeah. The reason why the U.S. is so big is like between Kev and Sin's statement of U.S. we are a fat target. Also, U.S.
Target.
We don't really practice. We don't have best practices for data security. I mean, yeah.
Sure as hell do not.
The old head of IT was the CEO, to give you an idea of how bad. Oh God.
Ooh, my lord. GG's.
Oh, well, speaking of the head of IT being the CEO, Musky Bus. Of course, he's back.
He never left.
He's
like a bad rash. He never
always,
left.
He is always on the show. Remember, we did have like a month where Twitter didn't make any news.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we don't enforce secure signed communications is beyond me. All emails should be signed. All calls should be signed. You know, what if we just got off of emails and phone calls? No, I'm the only one. I'm the only one who wants that.
Well, Major, how will management be able to confer information that nobody asked for?
I mean, they clearly know how to use WhatsApp and Signal and iMessages. They got fined like over $500 million for it. I cut that story, but it was a story this week.
Mm-hmm. See, my favorite phrase is that smacks too much of a good idea, so they won't.
Ruin, we
so
can't.
They ain't gonna do it.
Ruin, we can't. We cannot just not talk about Musk for a month. We can't. Excuse me, Musky Musk.
Yeah, there you go. Get his name right. But yeah,
I love that somebody loved the fact that I keep calling him that.
Yeah, and I appreciate you giving me credit for that.
Exactly,
so.
I sure did.
Thank you, Major. I appreciate that.
Who am I to say? I'm coming up with original shit over here. I am not. The only month we did talk about Musk was when y'all were off. No, there was another month. There was another month where, like, when we were on and we didn't.
Yeah, we talked about it for like a month. Yeah.
So yeah, this one here, because it sounds very preposterous, and I would really love to see how he's gonna do this. Seems that he can't do much of anything else with regards to money. But hey, also, and I'll get to this second part later. Well, actually, they kind of mentioned it here. Yes, I know he doesn't care about hypocrisy. He's just in it for the attention, and I guess I'm giving it to him. But I think it's worth pointing out that this tweet is a brand new level of bullshit. And this is from X, I guess. If you were unfairly treated by your employer due to posting or liking something on this platform, we will fund your legal bill. No limit. Please let us know.
That's not gonna happen.
Now, given what I just said, can somebody point out the issues with that statement?
Remember?
Issues with what statement now?
If you were unfairly treated by your employer due to posting or liking something on this platform, we will fund your legal bill. No limit. Please let us know.
Hold on for a moment. Let me look at this real quick. If you were unfairly treated by your employer due to posting or liking something on this platform, we will fund your legal bill.
No limit.
No limit.
Just let them know.
Okay. Hi. I have.
Ooh, I got the cam for this.
Of questions here.
I have the cam for this. There we go. Go on.
So, about Hallie, who he had the open discussion with and fired on his platform before realizing that he fucked up. Does that mean that person? Does it mean
or like a whole host
engineer? Does it mean the engineer who said, "Hey, you're saying erroneous things on the platform about how our technology stack works," and he fired that person? Does it refer to any of the many people who were just like, "Hey, the way that you are treating people is wrong"? Does it refer to any of these people, perhaps?
I'm going to say that it refers to nobody who has criticized Musk before, or excuse me, it does not go towards anybody who criticized Musky Musk, their boss, on this platform at all, ever, and in perpetuity.
Just also ask the question, a very simple question. Do you have legal bill fund money?
I'm glad you asked.
Is that money that you have? I feel like at this stage in the game, saying the word McDonald's might cost you more money than you currently have.
Well, Wilson, I'm glad you asked that question because I might have the answer for you.
Oh,
here are the funniest things being auctioned off at Twitter HQ. See, I added flair to this. I'm hoping it's going to draw in more than the 2 or 3 viewers that I have, which I do love, but again, is apparently a problem for some people.
You so damn shady. I love it though.
Wild.
So to help Mr. Musky Musk, sorry, he doesn't even deserve the Mr. Fuck that. To help Musky Musk build that money for his legal fund. You know, because it's amazing that the richest people in the world are always asking for money for legal funds.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Cheeto. This repurposed barn from Montana. Also, why is there a repurposed barn in the Twitter building? Ruin says, I gotta show a little leg. I guess. What I have to do?
Isn't some of this stuff like on Amazon too? Like, I kind of want the repurposed barn though.
Well, right now it's $25. As long as nobody's bidding on it. Right now it is still $25.
That's fun. That's funny.
Oh, it's not. The bidding hasn't started yet. Let's see. You can also get this tribute to Robin Williams comprised of celebrity tweets.
Wild.
You can also get various bird-shaped memorabilia.
You know what kind of like the funny part about it is like, thanks to Musky Musk, he has probably now taken, because he decided to change everything to X. Anything that probably has Twitter on it probably has value on it to collectors who have Twitter.
But it's that thing too of, hey, I love Twitter, but I sure as fuck hate Musky Musk. So
yeah. So again, it's that level of you buy it for the cheap, and then you like wait for Musky Musk to fold, then you sell it for jacked up amounts of money.
But who said it wouldn't go for jacked up amounts of money to begin with? Because it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The literal building signs. If you have the permits to remove them.
Actually, hold on for a moment. Let me be petty for a second. How are they going to say only if you have the permit to remove them when he's able to put things up there without a permit? Why do I have to have a permit to take the sign down when you don't have to have one clearly to put one up there?
I love this. A note on these listings discloses that these signs are still mounted on the side of X's HQ, and that the buyer will be responsible for hiring an SF licensed company with appropriate permits to remove them.
That's funny.
So if I buy it but can't find somebody to remove them, do I get my money back?
Can I just say that out of spite and pettiness, I would buy it and then leave it there so that he can't remove it.
I love it.
Sorry, sir. That stays there now. That is my property. You are not allowed to remove it.
But couldn't he say it's trespassing if it's his building? You're right. Good point. All I needed to hear was Oh, you're right. I'm back.
I'm sorry. Do we not know who we dealing with?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I forgot. My bad. Hashtagging at symbol props. Because that's not a part of the X platform at all.
That's so funny.
Now I'm gonna butcher this one. A 30-foot gammagraph. That says what's happening. And I know he'll want to get rid of this one. A hand-painted celebration of former President Obama's re-election.
Yeah, I'll try and get rid of that.
It will pair nicely with this hand-painted celebration of Ellen DeGeneres' 2014 Oscar selfie. You can stare at these paintings with a swinging sofa that's shaped like a bird cage. Also, a ton of Google Jam boards. All these can be yours if the price is right at the former Twitter HQ auction.
Can I just go back an article for a second and say, can I just say it is prime petty when they were as like, hey, here is Elon saying that there's a full legal fund, and it has a related article of saying Elon Musk is firing Twitter employees when they criticize them in the side margins.
Just in case you needed to remember something. Oh yeah, which reminds me, I did have something about that. Why is it that earlier this week I saw an article that was like, finally, Musky Musk hypocrisy exposed. Did you really write that in the year of in the month and year of our Lord of August 2023? You just now saw that. This man has been alive for almost 50 years and you're just now noticing this? How much of him was in your mouth, or how far were you up his ass to not notice this? And I'm sorry for the vulgarities, but again, I've had enough of it. I'm fucking sick of this shit, man. From all angles, from all sides, all these haters can get this shit. They don't want this motherfucking smoke today.
I mean, if they do, we got you something. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Today.
Folding chairs are rated E for everyone, motherfucker. No, it's not about the shits and the fucks. It's about me either saying that this article author is either giving Elon Musk a shit ton of fellatio or just so far up his ass that he only just noticed that Musky Musk is a fucking hypocrite.
Mm-hmm. Full on hypocrite.
And speaking of companies that are doing ass backwards things this week, Zoom, the company
Zoom,
that helped us through the pandemic and say, you know what, we can all hold meetings from the comfort of our own homes, work remotely, and still get shit done, was like, you know what, our product is no good for you. Everybody's coming back into the office. It does not make sense. That's like Microsoft saying, look, Windows 11 is shit. Here is Ubuntu 2020.04. It's the most stable operating system that we've ever used. It's like it's like Tim Apple taking away everybody's iPhone and giving them a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and a Pixel watch. It's like Adobe saying, you know what? Photoshop is okay, but you know what's great? GIMP. We're using GIMP now.
We about that GIMP life.
It's like Kevin Feige coming out and saying, you know what? The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been great, but you know what's amazing? Aquaman. Fuck Neymar. We're going with Aquaman.
Aquaman.
In a statement, Zoom said it's now enforcing a structured hybrid approach, meaning that employees who live near an office need to be on site 2 days a week because it's most effective for the video conferencing service. Nigga, what? Our product works best when everybody is sitting right beside each other. I guess it's so that way I can lean over in my cubicle and tap the guy's shoulders. Hey, your mic is muted. As a company, we are in a better position to use our own technology. Continue to innovate and support our global customers. We'll continue to leverage the entire Zoom platform to keep our employees and dispersed teams connected and working efficiently, the company said. Yo, we got a great platform to allow people to work remotely, but hear me out. Get your asses back in this office.
So, we're a telecommunications company. I want this to make sense, but nothing about it does.
It's screaming, hey, we're Verizon. We have the best 5G LTE. We have the best 5G ultra wideband network. But you know what's the best effective way of communication? Carrier pigeons.
Company, we're in a better position to use our own technologies. What do you need people to come into the office for then?
Somebody's gotta make these carrier pigeons fly.
But what about these damn pigeons?
It's the pigeons.
But that's not all in this article.
Yeah, I have no idea about the AI generated controversy, so I didn't even acknowledge it. But if you got it.
So I will say, I saw a couple of things jump up on the screen where they were just they've changed their terms of service such that AI can do things like listen to your recorded videos and calls and things like that. And that specifically, you are not able to opt out of the AI being able to do that with the changes of terms and conditions. And that is what everybody was up in arms about.
Oh, so like Discord, they got caught.
Hit me with that Mark Simpson gif real quick.
Go ahead and clock out for me, baby.
It seems like there's been no updates. At least I haven't seen.
But the company is just no, that's not how that works. It's kind of
sorry. But the company is calling foul on claims that it's using user data to build generative AI without express consent. Ain't nobody tell you to record me. I did not consent to it. Why the fuck you record me? It's like, I don't know if I want this company recording me. And they're like, look, I promise you we're not making generative AI. See, that's not the problem. And the fact that you came out and said that shit. The fact that you came out and said that shit. Okay. See. Give me enough time and some financing. We can get some Matrix servers running with some or some Nextcloud services running with some talk features.
Let me know, please.
And take this open source. One of my financials panicked and said, yo, can we switch to GoToMeeting ASAP? I wouldn't touch GoToMeeting with a 10-foot pole. Because ain't that the same company that owns fucking LastPass? No, thank you.
GoToMeeting. Oh my God. I remember those horror stories.
No, thank you.
So everybody, here's the question, and I'm going to ask this also for our podcasting crew. Hey, are we about to boot up old? Are we about to have to boot up old Reliable?
We're going to Skype again? I'm sure they worked out. I'm sure they worked out the India issues I was running into.
we about to have to pull that back out.
I mean, it's not like Microsoft isn't working with OpenAI.
Back to Skype again.
Shoot, we can go to audio only and use TeamSpeak.
We stepping back to Ventrilo. We out here.
We're gonna be chopping up in like a pigeon group chat.
Oh God, we back out here on Trillion.
Look, the podcast is gonna be text only. Look, I tell you what we do. Well, damn. See, Kev doesn't have an iPhone. Well, he's got an maybe the iPad will allow you to do this too. We can train the iPad on your voice, and then we can just type the responses into our iPhones or our iPad, and it'll just speak our voices out.
We'll figure it out.
Can you believe that Zoom is doing this crazy stuff? Oh no. This is terrible.
Regular, degular. Banned in a book with you.
Regular, deagular.
We'll talk about Musk. One thing for sure, two things for certain.
Look, Diogen, at least the ones on the iPhone are on device. So that's the reason why I went with that one, because I don't trust these cloud-based ones anymore than I can, throw my PC. And I won't throw it because it's very heavy and precious. And more capitalism news, which reminds me.
Capitalism.
Disney Plus and Hulu ad-free pricing is going up in October. And because Netflix seemed to have had success with it, Disney's like, you know what? Fuck it, we're going to do it too. We're cracking down on password sharing. I'm sorry to say, if you gave me an AI powered voice assistant to replace Google Assistant, I'd probably submit to the overlords. I'm just saying, at least you have Google Assistant. The iPhone's assistant, straight hot garbage. Siri, stay that bad. Shut up. It is that bad. That's why I love the generative AI. I was like, yo, if we could only get this on fucking Apple's assistant, like for real. Let me ask you a question and you actually provide me with some decent fucking answers for once. Like it only just, so in iOS 17, and I think I've talked about this before, with iOS 17, you are finally able to say another command after you say the first one. You couldn't do that before. You'd have to say, hey, whoever, command. When it was done, hey, whatever, command. Now I can say, hey, whatever, give it a command, then give it another one, and then I can give it another. It's great. But that only just came out. I swear I thought that thing existed a long time ago, but it didn't. Hello, home pause. I'm sorry to get exactly. Like, she was all well and good when there wasn't another one that existed. But while, Alexa took strides, Assistant took strides, Homegirl here is like, you know what? We're good. And granted, it could be a security thing. Like they just want to report anything to you that's on the phone. They want to handle everything on the phone. Great. But I mean, I don't know, access the internet once in a while to find a thing for me and give me that answer. Well, they'll say, hey, I don't know, but here's a website about it. Motherfucker, if I wanted to go search for a fucking website, I'd have just opened fucking Safari and did it myself. I don't care about what sites you find. I asked you so I wouldn't have to pick you up and say what I'm looking for. And type what I'm looking for. I want to just say it out loud and you can just give me the information that I need. Anywho, prices are going up because capitalism. They want to offer you more value, even though there's nobody really working here at those places. Nobody's making Disney content.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's making shit for Hulu.
Yep.
Yet, what if we charged you more money anyway?
Yep. And on that frame, you're just gonna have to.
The devil is a liar. His feet stink too.
You just at some point you're just gonna have to jump in the whole like boom, 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 boom. There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. The wind blew hard about it down below. My bullet boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Sometimes you just got to get on your Wellerman phase. I'm just saying.
Which Kevin is a strong advocate for, to be clear.
Very much so.
Like, I don't talk about my Wellerman days, but my Wellerman days were my Wellerman days. And when I tell you, like, I went the Wellerman route because, not because I didn't want to, but because simply there was no, like, these companies were playing in the faces of a lot of us. And
you know something, all I'm gonna say is when it came to a certain line of applications by a certain company that may have purchased, you know, things that you use for making animated items and whatnot, I have seen the depths of Davy Jones' locker, and I am going to leave that statement right there.
Because if you're saying, oh, well, you like we're gonna charge you more and more money in a possible recession year where people can literally say, you know what I should do? Give this up. And then have options such as Tubi, such as Crackle, such as Pluto TV. So, you know, with the ads that are just happen to be free. My mom is probably currently right now watching the Rawhide channel on Pluto TV, having a wonderful, wonderful time enjoying her Westerns, not having to pay $0 and $0.99 for a streaming app. Like,
I just can't do without the ads, and that's where they have me over a barrel just a little bit.
Right. And to a degree with me, I'm like, you know, I am in a good place where, you know, the extra monies does not really like hurt me in the way. And so some of them are actually, you know, because I do watch stuff on Hulu, I do watch stuff on Disney Plus, but it's going to get to a certain point where I'm going to have to start looking at that effectively, and the one thing that's gonna go is gonna be the one with the mouse. That has to do with the mouse.
All I can say is that I hope that Verizon will meet that, because like with like Ruin, I have the bundle through Verizon,
right?
And just hope that they meet that price increase. Because like right now, I only pay $6 for the both of them because I am paying for the ad-free version of Hulu. So yeah, as long as my shit don't change over $6, I'm okay. But even if I feel like I might, even if they don't, and I may have to pay just a little bit more for the ad-free, because I'm only paying $6, I'm feeling like, okay, I might I might let you ride.
Because right now where I am, I'm cord cut. So it's not really like a problem for me because a lot of my content comes out of the streaming apps, like, HBO Max, HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, whatever. So that's fine and fair. But if these things are gonna get to the point where they're gonna get very, very pricey, very, very fast, then I can find myself being like, well, let's look at physical media, and then just go ahead and buy the Blu-rays. Buy physical.
What ISP do you have?
I have AT&T.
So yeah, you're not even paying for HBO, are you?
Mm.
I ain't think so. Because I'm in the same boat. I have Max. And look, we celebrated with, or at least my wife did, because she was paying for Discovery Plus. She celebrated when I told her, I said, look, Discovery Plus is being folded into HBO Max and they're releasing Max. So when that day came and we had to switch the app out, which also seemed really, really fucking dumb. But when we switched it, she verified that the Discovery Plus content was on there, which for her was HGTV and Food Network. Once she saw that on there, cut Discovery Plus off like with the quickness.
Yeah, I cut it off too because I just want to make sure a lot of my comfort shows
40 days, was it 90 days?
Not just 90 days.
Okay, it's an example. Those love reality shows.
Right. But then also like shows like Unwrapped and like how it's made.
Food Network.
Food Network, cooking, kind of stuff. I wanted to make sure a lot of them joints were still on there. Beyond like the 90-day stuff, because that stuff was actually pretty cool. But once that was there, I was like, what? And I was like,
like once she verified whatever stuff was from Discovery Plus was on Max, she was like, yep, done. Like that was the longest that she paid for a subscription service because she wanted to watch that shit. And I had never seen her move so damn quickly to never pay for a streaming service.
And you know what? That was indeed the move. And I'm like, you know what?
Oh, and by the way, we about to get Peacock back.
Peacock's coming back? Yeah. Oh.
If you know why we about to get Peacock.
The wives and their homes?
No.
Uh-oh.
Yahoo.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And you know what? I know that there are a lot of people who can't stand when parents weaponize their children against their spouses. But yes, I did that. I looked at Caden and I said, Caden, you want to see the Mario movie? And I looked at my wife and said, it's on Peacock now. You too saw it on TikTok. What are you going to do, Mommy? Daddy has no job. But of course, like now that I am seeing some level of income again, I will help out with that because I too want to see the Mario movie. Who's ready for some gaming news? Speaking of Mario. No, nobody's ready for gaming news?
Never ready for gaming news? Go off.
Awesome. So let's talk about Evo. There was Evo in Vegas and Evo in Montgomery, Alabama this weekend.
Not Evo in Montgomery.
What? There was no blocks.
Evo satellite. And boy, at both Evo locations, they had issues with ports.
Wow.
Off the dome.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
I can't believe you did this.
Have I told you lately?
But Sid, you can't believe me. You can't believe I did that. But
no, like there's no but. I can't believe you did that. How dare you?
But
actual hate crime.
How fucking dare you?
Oh my god. But
there's never going to be, I feel like there's never going to be a time that we refer to that I'm not going to be happy about this. I'm just going to say out here, because we're talking about,
let me make sure I grab this real quick.
The Battle of Montgomery and the Montgomery minking. I know someone was in one of the IG comments going, "We need to commemorate that holiday as Cinco de Negro."
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wow, though.
For the gamers out there, that was Evo Montgomery.
Not Evo Montgomery, please.
That was a main stage event.
It truly was. Like, see, the thing is, that right there is what E3 wishes it were these days.
Oh my god, I gotta get to the story though. He's dying shit he wants to know. So PS5 USB ports reportedly melted at EVO 2023 esports tournament. Also, E3 could never be EVO. It's not wrong. EVO 2023 fighting game tournament attendees reported problems with damaged PlayStation 5 USB ports over the weekend. Participants took to social channels, I guess this is coming via Kotaku, to show and tell accounts of USB accessories that seemingly got too hot and melted when plugged into the event's numerous PS5 consoles. Excuse me. Current Google and former Meta and Microsoft, I'm not sure why that was important. AR engineer Eduardo Cuervo, who said he attended the event for the first time this year, posted on X, formerly Twitter, the photo below of a controller's USB plug that included melted pieces of the PS5's blue port, or the USB 3 port. Quote, "Mine was not the only controller that melted down. This is just terrible. You need to do something about the lack of heat dissipation, especially if you were going to use PS5 in tournaments." I mean, because this is a Sony run event. Like, if you ain't got the new joints, if you ain't got like fresh off the factory joints, what are you doing? The incident appeared common enough that multiple users echoed his complaints. Quote, "After my Street Fighter 6 set, my opponent courteously took out my cord for me, and out came with it the PS5 USB receiver. Broke my junk food cable right then and there. Didn't find out until I had my first match for Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, and feeling like an idiot that I couldn't plug in my cable to the PS5. Lo and behold, the guy took who, oh my god, dude, can y'all post read your shit before you post it?
Mm-hmm.
Or proofread, excuse me, that's the word I was looking for. The guy who yanked it out earlier also took a souvenir from the other PS5. Ooh.
Wild.
The new joints have less heatsink, if I recall. Damn. It won't happen, but they should be using PCs. How would that look for PlayStation?
I mean, it ain't looking too smoky for him already. Keep it a band in the buck with you, though.
We need to go PC or Xbox at least. No, just PC. Shut up, Saber. Don't see you on the bad platform. We don't listen to you. So yeah. Be careful with them PS5s out there. If you got, I guess, one of the new joints. Also, it's sad that, somebody did come up with a solution for that heat dissipation issue. Because you can add an aftermarket cooler to your PS5 to keep it cool.
That's wild.
Again, I say, if you are making things that are so fucking hot that you need to add accessories on the outside of it to keep it cool, you are doing way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Dodge and people are already, there is a guy who was already water cooling a PS5. To what end, I have no idea, but he did it. But it really seems like that's what we're going to have to do. We just have to fully submerge our PS5s in ice cold liquid and just play that way.
Mm-hmm.
Funny how they sold tens of millions of PS5 units and this hasn't been a problem until now. I mean, hasn't it always been a problem? I imagine this device wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for it.
You mean the aftermarket coolers?
Yeah. Wasn't D-Brand's whole thing with their little shells with the big ass gaping hole in it? Yeah. Because they were like, hey, our PS5s need more cooling than the Seto Kaiba jacket gives it.
Mm-hmm.
Those coolers have existed forever and are basically snake oil.
That part. Also that, but that part. Because mostly, because most of us are not going to run our PS4, our PlayStation and Xboxes to that level of degree that would need that level of cooling. And it's not going to add that much cooling to said, device because it's already factored in with cooling. Now that being said, tournament machines are going to be running a lot harder than the average regular PlayStation 5 because they're going to be running daily. They're going to be running hourly and running some hard graphical games, and that's going to really put some miles on some PC. That's gonna put some miles on some consoles, so yeah. Sucks. But yeah.
I swear something is blocking this shit. Because I feel like it's not loading the image. Alright, let's see here. D-Brand Dark Plates 2.0. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The OG ones did not have this big gaping fucking hole in it.
No.
So yeah, I know they changed the design because of the lawsuit, but yeah, they also put that fucking hole in there. It's hey, if we put this hole in it, sure, it could also be used to cool down your PlayStation. They made a joke about that. Mm-hmm. It's one of the reasons why I just don't like D-Brand. You could just do this without being gamer cringe, but it's whatever. I guess that's what sells shit these days.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all know nerds don't really care for sex like that. So, and they complain that sex sells. So we use gamer cringe.
I mean, see, the thing is you say that, but the way that things have crept into nerd culture, I'm wondering about that because some of it is some of y'all don't have the need, but some of y'all are just really, really A, repressed, and B, need a therapist and need to stop listening to whoever the replacement for Andrew Tate is on the internet.
Oh, you mean Joe Rogan?
Child, no.
Wait.
At this point, who is it? DJ Academics, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I said it, and I will be getting a beverage behind that while y'all contemplate. Thank you.
Oh my god. Can't help me. They gave me heartburn.
Yep. I remember DJ Acco used to fucking make content by recording shit or streaming off of his PlayStation 4. Fucking wild.
Microsoft shortens its Xbox Game Pass trials just before Starfield's release.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you find that suspicious?
Ain't that suspicious?
Ain't that suspicious? It's more suspicious than Aerith not following me into the alleyway to find that honeybee. Boy, that sounded really suspect. But it is Sector 6.
I would like to say, as I have returned a couple of things, hello everyone, and also Ruin. Those are brain cells that you want to keep for the rest of your life. Do not sacrifice them on knowing whoever this person is.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Enjoy
Don't
your
do that.
blissful life of not knowing who DJ Academics is.
Live in that beautiful, wonderful ignorance.
See, sometimes people like me live in that beautiful, blissful ignorance, but then I also watch Jesus Samara.
Make sure we're trying to put that behind us. Oh no.
I really was. So was. Like talking about Microsoft shortening the Game Pass trial to only 2 weeks.
Oh, that was funny.
Merge. I did not expose her. I did not expose her. I'm sorry, I would say we, but no, Aerith did not follow me, which I find really suspicious. To where only Cloud knows what happened behind that in that alleyway. And I found her there, looking fine, my fine Coco sister out here, and thinking Cloud's gonna blow up her spot. You seen this man talk to anybody? No. What Cloud gonna say? He don't care. Lucid, see, no, you taking things out of context. And because I was answering questions for my son, which was, see, again, I don't appreciate this whatsoever. I ain't gonna lie, the way I was screaming when I recognized it though on stream, maybe I personally was being too loud on stream last night. But I was here for it though. I'm out here for this positivity. Like, she just wanted to dance, man. She just wanted to dance. Why am I here looking like Mr. Mime? Yeah, so if you were hoping to redeem a, PC Game Pass trial for Starfield to play for a month, no. Unless you can beat it in 2 weeks. Like Joe Blue. We'll get it done in 2 weeks. Then it explodes with pennies. And then the final countdown by Europe plays.
Or Total Recall. You dress up as that big woman.
What?
How long are you going to be gone? 2 weeks.
Oh, I have not seen Total Recall.
Oh, you're missing a treat, Major. You're missing a treat.
I miss a lot of things, man.
Whew. Get your ass to Mars.
I may not beat it in 2 weeks, but I can get tired of it in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Game Pass will be the best deal in gaming very soon. Look, just wait for Activision to close. It'll be there again. Everybody gonna buy these Xboxes just to get Call of Duty on Game Pass and never have to pay for it again. Look, they just said that, look, PlayStation will get Call of Duty. They didn't say that they would not put Call of Duty on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You could give away Xboxes in Union Square and no one will show. Wow. Ruin.
Wow, not the Kai Cenat.
Ruin. What's wrong, Sid? What's happening in New York, buddy? What's happening in NYC?
In New
Know nothing about it.
Yo, tell me why I was sure that was a white dude though.
Oh no.
I was sure it was a white dude until I finally saw pictures. Oh no.
Yeah.
And then Montgomery came and I felt better again.
Correct.
Yeah, I literally was reading about that in the car to my mom and was like, "Hey, yo, you."
Oh no. Kev,
Like, oh.
Kev,
Yes,
I have
sir.
news for you today.
Yes, sir.
Surprisingly, it's not Nintendo news.
Okay.
Even though we could talk about Pokemon, I heard it was whack though.
Detective Pikachu Returns looks good, looks promising. I'll probably cop that on sale. I never got to play it on 3DS, so I'm like, oh,
When
I might check it
that
out.
news, Verge, when that news broke, initially they said that they took him into custody, but they never said they arrested him. Again, so like the entire time, like the day that news broke, I'm still like, yeah, this is definitely a white dude. So I was like, it took days before I found out it was a black guy. I'm like, damn, I was really hoping. Fuck. But yes, Kev, news for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can officially buy a refurbished Steam Deck from Valve
Oh, nice.
for $319.
Nice. I'm not gonna do it, but nice.
You should do it.
No,
You should do it. It's right here.
no, I bet new, but thank you. Thank you for including me.
As noted by Valve, quote, each certified refurbished Steam Deck has been thoroughly tested to the same high standards as our retail units. Every device goes through a complete factory reset, software update, and an extensive examination involving over 100 tests at one of Valve's facilities. Among the tests are all controller inputs, the audio system, the screen, and internals. Battery health is also assessed to ensure proper functionality and longevity. All refurbished units meet or even exceed the performance standards of new retail units. Although they may have minor cosmetic blemishes, they provide a reliable, high-quality game experience at a lower cost. And if something doesn't work, you can go to iFixit and get the parts you need to fix it. Kev, what will it take to get you into a certified pre-owned Steam Deck today?
It won't, because I don't buy pre-owned.
I tried. But yeah, you can get a refurbished Steam Deck from Valve. Also, GameStop will be selling refurbished Steam Decks, which are entirely separate to what Valve are doing, available for GameStop Pro members only. So I'm just gonna say, buy from Valve, please. Buy from Valve.
Yeah.
Just think of the ball sweat in the thumbsticks. Again, that's where you can buy new ones. You buy new ones. In Baldur's Gate news, the contentious RPG of the year or possibly game of the year, depending on who we ask and what categories other games that also could be or could be not or could not be RPGs will be classified under in order to secure this award. Baldur's Gate 3 developer demands full list of uncredited translation staff immediately. Baldur's Gate 3 developer Larian has said it has taken immediate steps to ensure localization staff currently left out of the game's credits are listed in full via a future patch. Now, in a statement to Eurogamer, Larian has said that the issue lay with the list of staff it was given by localization firm Altagram, and that it has now demanded a full list of staff for inclusion in its immediate update. Look at Larian and say, you know what, motherfucker, y'all forgot some names on this list. Y'all gonna give us these names. We gonna give them the fucking credit, and don't you ever do that shit again.
And you know something? Normally, as y'all know, we do. Not that we should need to repeat this after last week, but we normally don't stand for corporations and all of this other stuff. However, credit where credit is due. They realized that there was a mistake that was made. They made effort to correct it. Looking forward to seeing all those extra things popping up, being like, "Oh, they added the extra people who did translations for this game. Nice. We like to see it." Immediate problem, immediate correction. Not a lot of fanfare, ish, sort of.
Which is a problem. They deserve all the fanfare. They deserve all the fanfare for that.
Sort of. On the one hand, I think it's one of those things like in a normal environment, people being like, "Oh, I fucked that up, let me correct it and give people credit," wouldn't be something that we would need to make fanfare for. On the other hand, because corporations in gaming spheres are generally trash, this is a standout event. So there's that.
Right, that's why I'm celebrating the developer who did it right, because I'm pretty sure whoever the publisher was would not care.
Shout out to that dev. And once again, we're here for the devs.
And then more Baldur's Gate news. This one I just find hilarious. Baldur's Gate 3 save file sizes are now uncapped because you've been doing too much.
We need to talk about that title.
Y'all doing entirely too much in this game.
They said you're doing the damn most.
We can't save it all.
I'm gonna need you to relax.
Let's see, one of the reasons why Baldur's Gate 3 is so damn popular, even to the point that it surprises its own makers, has to do with the freedom it offers players. You can unleash your ingenious evil machinations of will, and the array of choices you could make and turns you could take are almost endless. But this also means that the game has to keep track of your decisions, which gets you a nice big save file. If you consider all these things you can do in the game, some players have been breaking through existing file size limits. This has the potential to cause a save corruption bug for some of those players, which is obviously a major problem. No more! Sorry about that. Larian rolled out a new hotfix version 2.1, which removes the save file size limit. Now your save file can be as big as you have storage space.
This seems like such a massive oversight.
Does it though?
It does, because how did you make, this is Baldur's Gate 3, which means there had to be at some point a 2 and a 1. We've had games like Morrowind come out, Elder Scrolls come out, and so on, right? If you're gonna put a game in here with extensive decision trees, with people foaming at the mouth to play the game, and then go, here's what we consider to be a reasonable cap if you don't make every decision in the game, like you're not playing with people who get stuck for 3 hours on the initial character creator, picking the right hair follicles to use. That's an oversight. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. See,
these people are over here on 700 times Zoom, making sure, looking at what your pores look like, and you didn't think they were going to try to marry everyone, own everything, climb all the trees, build all the buildings, get all the spells and the wizards and train at swords and everything else. And then you found out that there were.
Do you think
relationship options.
You think QA went through all of those iterations though?
It's one of those things you're a person who makes this game. And y'all are gamers. The thing, at some point,
I don't know. I never would have thought about it. I never would have thought about it.
Let me just say, as a person who's going to make games with decision trees, I feel like a QA thing should be, if you don't have things that lock people out of options when they make certain choices, you need to then go, what happens if they push all the buttons?
Yep.
That seems like a reasonable leap of logic. Because
there's always an option that people are going to push all the buttons.
Correct. If you're not making a thing where if you do this, it precludes you from making other choices unless you play through the game again. You can't put a cap on that.
Well, maybe they didn't know because they kept wiping the saves during all those test builds, right? Nobody
Girl,
played the game. Nobody played the game long enough to make all the decisions.
Or it was like,
It is like when they got to the limit, and they were like, "Oh shit, here comes the wipe."
Merge. Yeah. I'm saying Dragon Age that told y'all everything that y'all wanted to know. Didn't everybody try to romance the bull and then everybody else in that game? Have y'all not seen people play through The Witcher? They're gonna try to romance all the things. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. They're gonna be like,
people trying to romance everybody in Stardew for speed run content. Hello?
I literally saw a TikTok for Baldur's Gate 3 of somebody romancing the Mind Flayer, and it's like, yeesh. That was kind of like one of those things where I was like, yep, this is weird.
This is honey on name, man.
It's literally like, hey, yo, what are we doing?
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they didn't see this. I just think it's funny as shit that apparently you can sit there and make that many decisions in this game and it just overloads a file size. Like, I want to see what that file looks like. I hope it's not like a binary or some shit where I could like open it up and just read a log of shit that I did.
Honestly, yes, I would love to know.
Yes, as Sin has responded to polls here, I do want to go back to this. You know, they didn't have these issues with the game. I can't mention because I'll get banned. This is an example of being a dick, but not an asshole.
And this is why Pulse does not get banned.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because he understands the assignment.
He was like,
Ruin.
Stop.
No.
Y'all nasty.
Wild. Absolutely wild. Absolutely not.
Yo, we about to sit there and roll our whole fucking Postgres databases and shit.
Oh God. The actual pain.
The pain.
Not only do you roll for initiatives, but you also got to make a SQL query.
Like, the thing is, like, on a somewhat serious note, not super serious, because again, this is a minor quibble, and they're just like, listen, we'll just like cap that, and that's not a big deal anymore. Like, it's not an issue. It just makes me think, like, did y'all not see what happened when people had Detroit Become Human?
No.
Because, well, for one thing, I personally can't watch playthroughs of that game. It makes me angry. But, they have like decision trees, and people would regularly play through a decision tree and then go back to the beginning of a scene to play through, making different choices just to see what would happen. Like that at this point, for games that have branching decision trees, especially where romantic relationships are concerned, like the content is too rich for every platform for people not to push all the buttons. Please make, like, y'all just like plan for people to push all the buttons. Just for the content and the memes alone, they're gonna push all the buttons.
See, this is why we need a one shot for one of our Thursdays plays. Just so we can push all the buttons. Let's see if we can overload the save file for our one shot.
Okay, y'all do that. I promise a dragon is going to show up and eat you.
Like, look, Sin's just got the paper. He's trying to write it all down. He runs out of space on the paper. So, well, here comes a dragon, burns up this paper. Y'all dead. Hooray! Save corruption.
I'm cackling.
Oh my god. This week's a good episode. I feel it wasn't that bad.
No.
And I cut the stories back too. A lot of them were boring, so. In a bit of good news in which I feel like Bungie did okay. Bungie did all right with this one. Bungie cast Keith David to replace Lance Reddick as Destiny's Zavala.
You know it's real. Trout hit me up and was like, I need to talk about this. And I'm like, yes. And he was like, Keith David. And I was like, yes. And I'm like, as much like I love Lance. rest in peace, Lance. And I'm like, but I am really truly happy because, to quote what Trout had told me, was like the Arbiter was such a like legit character, and Keith brought that out with the voice of the Arbiter. So it's like to see what he does with Zavala is just.
And also, just the man's a fucking legend.
Man's a legend.
Just like Lance Reddick, the man's a legend, and it's like it's a thing of like you try to replace one voice with the other, and it's like part of me wants to make the joke that what you think just two black men just sound the same, but it's like no, actually no, these two men with their deep bass baritone voices, like they just carry the room, like they command the room, even a digital one. So, and then too, it's a thing too, like how long will he be voicing the character? Because if I'm not mistaken, like Destiny is almost on its way out.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's doing it for very long. It's like, hey, we got this. We still have these lines that do need to be recorded. Can you help? Yeah. Can you help us out with this? Excuse me. Also, they're not going to do a Nolan. They're not going to do the Nolan North thing where they had him like record over all of Peter Dinklage's lines.
Yeah, like had to replace all the Dinklebot lines. Yeah.
So yeah, like it's a good call. Yeah. It's not like they sit there trying to take his voice and do AI and shit, which would have been terrible and disrespectful.
Very.
It's like they found another legendary actor, voice actor, another black man to pick up the mantle. And it's like, yeah, I can't think of anybody else who could fill those shoes. I mean, of course, you got like James Earl Jones, but I don't know if I want Darth Vader telling me shit.
No, they couldn't afford James.
Morgan Freeman, but then I don't want God telling me shit. At least not God telling me things in Destiny. We can have conversations outside of Destiny. So yeah, I think that was a good choice for them. In hardware news, PS5 is getting an update, but it's not the one you're looking for. I guess the one that people are looking for is the one with the cloud gaming shit. Damn. I almost with my tongue. The accessibility features, and I think the cloud gaming stuff. This one is just has performance updates, or it improves system performance. Maybe it stops your USB ports from melting. That sounds like a bad thing to have happen. I still can't get over Miles's locks though. Yo, just look at this. Got the Killmonger vibes going. That's good hair. That's good hair. That's good hair. When I saw that trailer, I said, maybe I'll get a PS5. I want to play that now. I kind of want to play that now. I don't know if I can wait till the PC version come out. Yes, Diogen. I mean, but also, to be fair, a lot of black folks kind of came out of the pandemic with that look. I was one of them. So, I mean, if anything, like, if you say, hey, what does a black kid look like in 2023? Or what does a young black kid look like in 2023? I'd say, yeah, Miles. I see more brothers out here looking like that than anything else. Pixar didn't happen. What do you mean? Like,
Pixar, what didn't happen?
Like, it's right here.
It's on his head.
It's all
Look.
of this, bro.
It's literally his head.
It's literally. Unless you want to see what it looked like before the pandemic, I might have something for you there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you may not have seen me without hair. So I might have something for you. Gotta take you back to February of 2020.
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Yeah. Was it? No, it was actually back in January last time I got a haircut. Are you gonna come into focus? Like, what are we doing here? There you go. This picture was taken January 25th, 2020. That was the last time I had a close all over haircut. And see, I took that picture on the left because, I was like, hey, every so often I like to show it. This is how much my hair grew. And this is what it looks like after the haircut. Because, I like to show my wife because she thinks I look sexy with my haircut. But now that I've got my hair, I've gotten it locked up. And as long as it's neat, she likes it. Which means, hey, Monday, y'all gonna see you're gonna see some retwists after I get that detox, baby. I am so excited.
Nice.
Yeah, this is what I used to look like before the pandemic. Before, like when it was in the newspapers, but it's like you never thought that this will not like what's happening in China is not gonna happen to us. Like we too smart. We too smart for that.
It ain't gonna be that long.
Won't even thinking about COVID. Won't thinking about no pandemics. Won't thinking about lockdowns. Nothing.
Who's that? Who's out here thinking about? It's like H1N1. It's light work. It's light work.
But yeah.
And well, we wrong. 3 years later, Jesus.
This is back when I had my Kona and everything. World War III. Possibly. I think we might have been. That's right, because North Korea was on the brain around that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like look, the beard won't even there. Like it just had my goatee. That was cleaned up. But yeah. Like every black person almost every black person after the pandemic. When they grew their hair out because they weren't going to barbers, and they decided to twist that shit. Just like almost every white man, because they weren't shaving as much, decided they wanted to grow beards. And in deals this weekend, remember, Sin, this is from Thursday until Sunday.
Thank you for letting me know it's a weekend deal only because I have access to adult money again and there's going to be a problem.
Well, these games are free for the weekend on Xbox. You can play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Ezio Collection, or Black Flag, or you can play Elder Scrolls Online. So yeah, it's all I got. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the episode.
What?
I know.
2 hours?
I cut some shit out, man.
That's about the time I spent.
Major is doing this for me. I know he has to be.
There was no Twitch news. I mean, outside of that fucking riot that happened in Union Square that Sin doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
What
I
are you talking about?
mean,
I wasn't there. I'm in Raleigh. What you talking about?
What the fuck just happened to your camera though? Sid?
What you mean? What happened? Hello?
Do you see him, Kev?
yes.
I do not.
Do you see me, Sam?
I see you.
I see. I see you too.
Yeah, your feed is gone for me. It is very, very blocky. It looks like a door frame.
Oh.
Verge says that you hit the Gaussian blur button.
Oh.
I mean, it did happen when I asked them about the shit in New York. Like, boop.
Everything went fuzzy.
Lord.
It's early aughts block satellite TV.
Those were the days.
This is we trying to get them naughty channels, and it's on like one good night and just see a titty somewhere.
Those were the days.
Here we go. Sin's back. We paid for the channel now. Now it's.
I feel welcome. Thank you.
So what's everybody got going on this week?
Today was payday and it has bonuses. So now that I have access to adult money, I'm going to do nonsense. And by nonsense, I mean a Hollow Knight album has gone on sale. So I will be purchasing that.
That's good.
Nice.
It's a problem. I'm about to be a menace. And, like we have that. And then
I said that about Threads when I finally got Threads to work.
Maybe. Allow me to tell y'all about the future real quick.
It was going to be a menace.
Also, being at my current indeterminate age also includes going to a home goods store to go and look at potential new things that I want to get for holding the vinyl records that I am collecting.
Love that.
The life of an elder millennial.
We're
care,
there. That is.
I must care for my vintage audio.
I think. Hold on for a moment. It is my understanding that everyone after a certain age has a thing that they settle on that they're going to spend like a while collecting or trying to make sure that they have access to, like watches, certain types of accessories, maybe things of cologne, which I am finally coming back to. I got a bunch of samples of cologne that I'm using so I can figure out which one I want to have an actual bottle of and then regularly start using things.
Does that
Pulse, we can talk about this.
Does that include like hard drives and storage mediums?
What do you mean? It can.
Great.
Like it's one of those, it's either like watches, like you pick an item or a genre of item, and I suppose for you, it's like gadgets, gizmos, and electronics.
Nope.
So like storage media falls in there.
Yeah, just storage. Just storage. Yes, I want to collect all of the world's hard drives.
So
they have to be functional.
Okay, so we're gonna have like a bonus round here of like Sin went and looked this up so you don't have to. I found out that there is in fact a website that you can go to where you can look up like types of scents that you want as a cologne, and you can order sample sizes of those and have them shipped to you. And then if you like them, they give you a label that tells you what the sample is so that if you want to order more of it, you can go to a store that actually sells like a full bottle of these things. And they send you like 1.5 milliliters, things that you would like spray like a handful of times just so that you can wear it enough times to determine if you like it or not. So we're trying to get some summer fragrances and we're trying to get some fall fragrances. Diogen, I will make sure to get you the good information because I have it saved in my browser. But we got that going on.
I just
and
need
we
things
got,
to smell like lavender.
huh?
I just want things to smell like lavender.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a doable thing.
I want my like everywhere I go, I want it to smell like lavender.
So you
when I
want
walk
to smell
into a
like
Target,
lavender.
this Target needs to smell like lavender.
I need something to go with my mango shea butter. Ooh, mango shea butter. Come on, Diogen, with the skincare?
Yeah,
Hello?
what is this? This is Tech Talk Thursday, not Skincare Saturday. If y'all looking for that, it's Skincare Sunday, and that's on Dip's channel.
So, ooh.
He was doing
He
was doing that for a while. I'm not sure if he's doing it currently, but he was doing that for a bit. So you may want to hit him up. You may want to hit him up and say, hey.
We're going to have to talk about that. The other thing is, I've already talked to, I think, Major and Kevin about this before. I think we've decided that I'm just going to leave my passwords in the browser for right now until further notice. But did get things migrated a bit, Warden, and now all I have to do is figure out, or rather revisit, the almighty advent of, drumroll, cable management.
Or don't.
Gotta do it, Major. Gotta do it. You're gonna have to do that.
It is push has fully come to shove.
I imagine that the person who who currently is not being perceived has made several statements about this, and this is kind of fueling this need to do it.
So cable tray can't just fix it. That is the thing that we have to find out. I have like a couple of cable baskets, but I have too many cables to put in a cable box that hangs from the desk. So that's where we're at.
Hold on, I might.
I know I got something in the mail today, and I should probably go and check the mailbox to find out what that is. And I suppose finally, I will be spending some quality time with my milk frother. That has been like a joy, one of those small joys this week. Is having a battery operated milk frother.
That's on the list.
I would say, if it is on your list, I hope it makes its way into your home so you're going to enjoy it.
Oh, I feel like I will.
Going back to that cable management conversation again, I got I got two of these.
Well, major.
It's about 6 feet in length.
What is that?
It's a little cable box thing I think y'all talking about. It holds a little cable. You put a little top on it, and it just kind of seals it in. Seals in the freshness.
Seals in the freshness, please.
Yeah, I got two of these.
Oh, and please clap. I finished oh wait, yeah, that was this week. Please clap. The library finally got their book back.
Hooray!
And clap of praise. Love to see it.
And I put myself on a wait list for another book. So eventually, I will be able to read that book. Hopefully I will have some other books that I get read in that time. So yeah, that's the thing. Those are all the things.
So what if the library has that book? They're just not telling you because you kept that book for so long. They're just being petty.
You know how I know that they weren't lying? Because when I said the name of the book that I wanted, the librarian behind the counter gasped with excitement about the book. It was like, oh, that book is so good.
Yeah, and they did that.
They
did that on purpose.
Let me see if this is here.
They did that on purpose. They're playing with you. They playing you, man. That book is in the library. So, huh? That book is in the library. They're just not telling you. They were in the library WhatsApp. So we're gonna get this nigga today. He gonna learn about returning books.
What a sad time.
Look, I'm having a good day.
It sounds like a good day.
This week has been a week. I'm having a good day though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always good to see you all. Kev, what you got go? Oh, I mean, unless Sin is not finished.
Oh, no. Sid definitely is. I'm trying to find the messaging apparatus, but do continue.
Kev,
Yes, sir.
what you got going on this week?
Well, finally got around to doing the yard work, so still kind of like tender and sore from that. So did that. Then we had big windstorms, and then that knocked down a little piece of not so much a little piece of a branch, more like a part of a tree, like how most people like little tiny branches. No, this was the tree's arm. It amputated.
Ew.
Yeah, and it was like, yeah, that was kind of a thing, and so hacked up. I took my trusty little handsaw out there and handsawed some pieces off of it, and kind of like put that out, and then and really have just been falling down the rabbit hole that is Palia. Palia is amazing. It's all on. I was playing the pre-alpha, which was like the stress test, and then
Did you figure out how to get into it?
Yes, it was all their fault. It was all of their fault. Because what happened is they pushed out a hot fix. They were trying to push out a hot fix, but the hot fix was breaking, so they could not finish pushing out the hot fix. Meanwhile, I needed that hot fix. So when they finally got around to actually doing the hot fix actually worked, and it was like, okay, now I'm allowed to go in now. Because, they really could not finish pushing in the hot fix. I've been giving it the best of grace because, it's the team's I think it's like their team's first game, and it's a really ambitious project, but the amount of which I played has been really fun, and I was able to stream it, which was fun, until my power went out.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, my power would slap out
because I mentioned that. Yeah, I didn't stream Monday because there was a freak hurricane like storm that came through here. Yeah, that lasted for like 5 minutes. I totally could have streamed, but I was like, yeah, I've already checked out for the night. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But then, when I mentioned that, it was like, yeah, that happened to Kev today. I was like,
yeah,
kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah, you glad you didn't. But yeah, it's been fun. I played some like this. Yeah, I played some this morning, and then I played some in the mid-afternoon after I came home from my doctor's appointment. Oh, doctor's appointment was good. And yeah, just that game's gonna be a problem for me, and I'm just letting my people know that there's a good chance y'all gonna be seeing a lot of that game on my stream, so be prepared.
I went and looked it up, and I was like, I clicked one of the videos in your chat in your server that told me absolutely nothing about the game.
Right.
And then I clicked another one. I was like, oh, this is okay, yep, I'm out. I just no.
It's literally, imagine a very cozy MMO. Like, that's what it is. The free to play cozy MMO. Well, the only thing that you have to focus on is fishing, hunting, like solving puzzles. Like, it's really like not abrasive. The one thing that I'm kind of worried about is like the microtransactions, because I don't say that the microtransactions are bad, but I feel like that I want them to do the microtransactions well, because if they're just saying like, oh yo, we got a cash shop, but nobody can afford anything in the cash shop, and that is your main source of income and like reason for keeping these like servers on and popping, you need a better monetizational skill. And I think they probably do better with like a season. I can't say like a battle pass, but like a seasonal pass. Kind of like the way that like Disney Dreamlight does.
Or a subscription?
Nope. You want to lower the you want to lower the barrier of entry into your game, but then also monetize well, kind of like Fortnite.
Well,
like,
I mean, if they offered a subscription, I feel like, I mean, like, hey, if you want a subscription, here's a subscription.
But
that
no,
way you'll get everything and not have to worry about paying for it, you know, every time a new one is released.
Because I'm kind of like, I'm just kind of like worried about like, I don't want like overly aggressive, like, you know, I don't like overly aggressive microtransactions, but I want microtransactions to be like, well, I can give $5 or I can give them $10 or whatever. Like, so that's what I was thinking about, like the vein of like what Disney Dreamlight does with like the Star Pass, where it gives you like access to different items as you progress, like how people do it Renowned. Like, there's like a currency called like Renowned. What? I showed my daughter. Yeah. 3 things. I'm just saying, like, just like a nice little seasonal pass for like $5-10 a season with like seasonal content. I think that would be fair, because I want this to live and to thrive and to be good, you know.
Well, maybe it'll survive just solely on the whales buying the more expensive shit. That way you ain't gotta worry about it.
That's what I'm thinking. That's kind of where I'm thinking. The cozy whales, like, you know,
yeah, we'll buy all the expensive shit and we'll keep the servers on for everybody.
Right. Because that's what
trickle down servernomics.
Right. You know, nice.
I'll see myself out.
But you know, just something like not overly aggressive, like just not overly aggressive microtransactions, but just like, you know, something where it's like I feel comfortable about giving it like like $3, $2 here. But yeah, I like it. I really like the fishing mechanics. I really like hunting. Crafting is fun. A lot of good stuff. So yeah, y'all gonna be seeing a lot of that from me. That's probably gonna keep me involved and busy, you know, with that and the backlog until Starfield, and more importantly, my time at Sandrock comes up, because that's gonna be the big game for me. When Sandrock comes to 1.0, that is going to be the game for me. That is going to be the game y'all are going to get sick of, because I'm going to be playing that on the reg.
It's a game about Catcher Bob a Winter and his soldiers that live in the sand.
Yep.
And trying to bring peace.
The Mawanat Corps.
Yeah, thank you. I could not remember the name to save my life.
I love
as they try to bring peace to the Earth Sphere Alliance, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what? Again, I just like it. I like Gundam. I like Gundam Wing for the political machinations going on.
Like,
not so much with the names of the groups and what the fuck they're doing.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna go on a little bit of like tangent. Gundam Wing is not a good Gundam that we all remember. That's my little hot spicy take.
And it is a very hot and spicy take that, you know.
Because if you watch Gundam Wing, I dare you to go watch Gundam Wing as an adult. It will literally screw you up. Gundam Wing as
what do you mean screw
Gundam
you
Wing
up?
Because Gundam Wing does not hold up. It does not hold up well.
I've watched it since I've moved in this house, so it's been within the last 3 years.
It
was still good.
I watched it and I'm like, I don't know what Kev me was thinking.
I've seen Gundam 00. Gundam C was. I don't know. Maybe for me, I just don't like good Gundams. I thought Gundam C was good.
See, it's all right. 00's better than Wing. It's 00. I need to look that up.
Yeah,
but
I feel like I've seen that one.
But yeah, I would definitely tell you that there's a handful of, like, beyond like Patra and The Mawanox.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking Gundam 00 was Gundam Seed.
So you did not see Wing.
No, Seed.
Uh-huh.
I thought Gundam 00 was Gundam Seed.
No.
Gundam 00, yes, is good. Let me look up Seed and then try to remember what the fuck I saw.
I want to double check and make sure. Gundam 00.
Seed, I feel like I've seen that before.
I feel like I've seen this. I'll look that up. I'll see if I can find it in my Wellerman ways. That's how I've been watching all my Gundams.
I might have seen this, but just don't remember it.
But yeah, current Gundam series I'm watching now is Witch of Mercury. God, that's weird. That took a left.
I feel
At
like
the end of that first
Gundam.
season,
I feel like it's every Gundam. They're all fucking like child soldiers.
No, but like, Witch of Mercury is like, yes. How did you feel about? Did you feel weird in Iron Blood Orphans? Yeah, that doesn't go away. That's excels. Where they pretty much have like duels in the middle class where they're like, hey, we're gonna have Gundam battles as a curriculum. It's like a battle school, but with Gundams.
What about we solve problems by fighting Gundams?
We solve problems with gun fighting.
It's like just a giant ass boxing match. G Gundam.
Oh, G Gundam. See, I'm gonna tell you right now. I watched G Gundam and I watched G Gundam as an adult and I loved it because how absolutely asinine it was.
Yes, it was dumb as shit.
But it did not. That's the thing about G
Gundam. It was dumb as shit, but it was still good. G
Gundam never took himself seriously in the way the Wing did, and I think that's what really like hurt me to my heart is how absolutely asinine this is. But then it wants to take itself seriously as this like hard sweeping war like story with child soldiers. Meanwhile, Domon is like out here like springing from a peach. His Gundam is springing from a peach, and he has to put on this like skin tight suit. And then you got Fun Psyche, which is literally a horse Gundam. It's a horse Gundam.
Look,
Master Asa.
before Kev came out his mouth and saying that Gundam Wing was a garbage Gundam, I was going to suggest we should have a Gundam podcast. But see, now I don't know how I want to pursue.
We can still have a Gundam.
No, I don't know. No.
Look, there are many.
You ruined it.
There are many better, awesome Gundam series to watch
than
Wing that are also AC. So.
You ruined it.
If you want to talk about Seiya versus X Gundam, ooh,
you ruined it.
I like that. No, we can still have that.
You ruined it.
But I'm not gonna tell you wrong for disliking it, but I'm just saying there is some reasons why I have a very full PowerPoint presentations of why I don't like Gundam Wing as much as I used to. But I'm gonna let you cook though. And we'll have a conversation about that.
Yo, why does fucking Gundam like an angel?
And my absolutely utter hatred of Relina Dorland, aka Bizcraft.
I mean, she's a politician. She's a monarch who went politician. Who it's like it's like a dumb teenage. It's like these teenagers who are in the Republican Party. Y'all saying a whole bunch of shit y'all don't understand because y'all keep repeating what your father teaches.
She is a teenager / popular girl / figure like exploited figurehead / monarch.
So Caitlin McEnany.
Hey, whatever.
Caitlin McEnany. It's like someone who was in a place where they should not be talking about shit they do not understand and looking like a whole asshole the entire time.
Exactly. And then the show decides to give you the best girl out here, and that's Dorothy Candalonia, where Dorothy is the one with blonde hair and the big eyebrows.
No, I can't stand her.
But see, what makes her so good is that she is very much like war, peace through the the thing of strength, through a position of strength. And you could have peace, but you just have to be able to throw hands. And this whole thing about total pacifism, and we don't want to fight nobody because our kingdom is built on total pacifism. Oh yeah? Well, what if somebody rolls up on you? You just gonna be cool with that? No. Pacifism. Yeah, pacifism is like, don't bring you over here. Don't come over here.
I had to think of her name. I couldn't recall it, but Noin.
Noin is great.
Noin is great.
Noin is great.
That's mine.
Like, Noin is great. Sally Poe is great.
Oh God,
Lady
yes.
Ann is great. They're not better.
I don't know.
Leon's good because Lady Ann is very clear and concise in her goals and motivations.
Until she got bopped in the head.
Right, and then she became a whole other person.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Nick, that's some soap opera bullshit that I don't want.
Beyond the amnesia, she was good. Everybody, there are wonderful female representation. Hell, even Troa's girlfriend was great. So again, there is awesome female representation in that series, except for the titular girl that's on the box art.
I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going through the rest of the chat. Everybody's just trying to check in on C because we just went off on this tangent.
Yeah, we just went on a bit of a.
We had an hour. We have an hour to kill by accident.
Yeah,
we didn't have to do it, but we did.
Right, but yeah, Gundam Wing.
Oh my God.
Gundam Wing to me doesn't hold. I'm not saying it's hot poo poo garbage because I think everybody should watch it, but I just feel like to me it does not hold up the way in its godlike status that it did when we were all teenagers watching it on Toonami.
Are we really about to sit here and set up a damn Gundam rewatch podcast?
You know, hey, I'm down to rewatch Wing again. I'm cool with it. If ain't nothing,
I feel like this is the only way that's going to get me through all these other Gundams that I want to see and will never want to actively do because, like, oh my God, it's a lot.
Because again, we have to start with 79. We got to start with 79.
Oh, God, do we have to?
Amuro was the dude. He was the first child soldier.
I got asked on Mastodon, said, "Yo, do you like retro games?" I'm like, not really. I don't have nostalgia for shit, man.
I only love like a handful.
If they rebooted 79 and made it look new, maybe. But if it's like this shit from 1979, I'm like, I don't know if I can make it.
I would love Up and Down if they took. And I'm gonna wrap up this point so we could all.
We gotta stop.
Right. I'm gonna finish this point. So. I would love, the origin movies, like when that speak more about Char Aznable.
No, again.
Oh, you haven't seen those?
Again, keep in mind the only two Gundams I remember are I remember are Wing, 00, right. Seed. I know that Unicorn was a big deal a decade or so ago.
Yeah, good old Banner, yeah.
I tried to watch Unicorn, but I guess I couldn't find it at the time when people were talking about it. So I just you know what? Fuck it. I don't care.
I would say watch the origin. Well, to be fair, we can watch the 79 movies. The movies are basically
my God, there's more than one?
No. The 79 movies are just condensed versions of the 52 episodes. So they break down all the big points to like about 3 2.5 hour movies. So that's how a lot of people can watch it. You watch those first, right? Then you go watch the origin movies, which is basically breaks down like Char Aznable's like life and time. Char Aznable. I'm gonna do that air quotes. But that'll give you kind of like a bit, because the movies basically take for granted that you've seen the show, so it's kind of like a prequel. It's like a prequel series, and I would love down if they made a condensed 32 episode series of Gundam 79, in that art style of the Origin movies, because those Origin movies were so good. And they made another one. I think it was for, it's like a one shot in that design. So I'm probably gonna watch that. It's been on YouTube for like weeks. I need to jump on and watch it. But yeah, that's it. I'm done with talking about Gundam. I'm finished. Go watch Gundam.
There's one I remember. Oh shit, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's move on.
Also, quick mention. If you want to start Gundam, let me know and I'll give you some recommendations.
This is gonna get done eventually. I gotta make content to get more viewers in my channel.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm never gonna let that go. It's just so funny.
Yeah. Well, you don't have a. I mean, do you have a reason to?
What, to let it go?
Because it sounds like you don't have a reason to.
Okay. I mean, all right, cool.
You don't have to let it go. You just have to acknowledge that, the fact that Wing ain't the shit for me. So, yeah.
No, I mean, the shit from last week.
Oh, nah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I ain't,
Anywho, let's not talk about that anymore and talk about this other thing I am obsessed with and currently mad about because reasons. Gundam is on. I mean, see, I can't let that go either. Overwatch 2 is on Steam. This is not some hacked bullshittery with the Steam Deck. This is actually fuck it.
This is actually Gundam Wing on Steam.
It is Gundam Wing on the Steam Deck.
That's what we're that's what we're calling it now.
No, I am never watching Evangelion. I'm sorry, Sin. I just saw that you put that in there. We're not doing that.
I said. What I said was people were just kind of like talking about like the conversation y'all were having and how like following it was, and I'm like, there's a handful of things that you're just like, when you're talking about it, it's one of those, the length of the death will just like have mortal men lost, and it's Evangelion and Gundam.
In anime, well, I mean, you also got the shonen joints too.
Now, if we need to step outside of, because if we need to step outside of that, then the next thing I'm going to say is Homestuck. Y'all don't want to talk about Homestuck.
I don't know what
we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do it.
Okay.
If y'all are out here and you know.
I would say other topics to be talked about that will lose mortal men would be Metal Gear Solid and Kingdom Hearts.
We could talk about Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
Oh, actually, you know something? If we stick to anime, I think the third one would be the Fate series.
Ooh, that's some heavy stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
That Fate series got some heft.
I mean, Akira should be also in that list, right?
Akira, Akira is in the same pocket as Inuyasha for me, because it is a semi-long series of one person saying another person's name in a very dramatic fashion.
Tatsuya! Kaneda! Sasamaru! Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna try to get on with this, but I have to say this about Akira. I'm gonna make a very, very probably problematic statement. I watched Akira for the first time. Maybe I just need to watch it more than once.
No.
But, bro, what the fuck, man? I did not really. It did not capture me the way I thought it would.
And you know what?
I really feel like people overhyped Akira.
It's everybody's first anime.
Is it? Mine was.
Yeah. Mine. To be fair, mine was Macross. Mine was like Rope Attack.
Mine was Ninja Scroll.
My very first one. Oh my God, Ninja Scroll! I am so sorry. Oh, wow. I am so sorry.
Somebody put that on the TV when I was a little kid, man.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have. You need
I'm
to
like,
beat their ass.
Bro, what is happening?
If you watch Ninja Scroll as a child, you are old. You are old compensation.
I am so sorry. Like, you know, it also, You have seen some things because I didn't see that well into my anime journey, and I was a complete
now. Granted,
adult
it was like the
by
first
the time
part.
I saw that.
Granted, it was the first part. My older sister, realized what the fuck she did, or what the fuck. I don't know who put it on. All I know is that it was on, and my sister realized what had happened, and she turned it off. So I've not seen the whole thing.
You saw enough.
I did see enough because it did not take long to get there.
It sure did it, and by the time someone sees this and just goes, "What have I done?" It's too late. It's there.
Yeah, it did not take long to get
You
there.
want to know what the messed up part is? I know exactly what you're talking about, and so does everyone here who's seen it without you even having to mention it.
Yeah.
I
mean, again, it was like what, the first 5 minutes of the damn movie.
Listen, I had a relatively tame entry into anime, but the entry to anime that I had was seeing anime and not knowing that I was looking at anime until years later. And that intro belongs to Speed Racer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So then, yeah, technically Speed Racer might be the first. But when I knew it was anime,
yeah,
that's also that thing of like, how do you define porn? I don't know, but you'll know when you see it.
You'll know when you see it. Yeah, I think it was also Speed Racer, but like it was definitely Macross because I remember Robotech like sitting down and thinking to myself like, oh my god, like, and I always loved like giant robots. I always liked Transformers. I watched Transformers a lot as a kid. But then it was
Thursday. We couldn't get a damn gaming podcast off the ground, but we about to get an anime one off the ground.
We sure are.
Hey,
absolutely. Hey, say less.
Like the way I have anime recommendations for everybody. Let's go.
Okay,
here comes this Crunchyroll subscription.
Not Crunchyroll. Kevin will know exactly what I'm talking about. My anime list will start hitting, like links will start hitting. Okay, you are going to get let's talk about these.
Look, tune in Wednesdays for Weeb Watch Wednesday, Thursday Tech Talk Thursday.
Weeb Watch Wednesday, yeah. So, don't threaten me with a good time.
But see, like that one right there, Discord exclusive event.
Yeah.
Ooh, or Patreon.
Oh.
All
right, look.
Don't play with it. Do not.
I'm gonna put out that look. If we were to do, I would say for right now a monthly Weeb show. Would you subscribe to the Patreon to watch it? I need some content there. I need content somewhere.
Let me
what was I
see.
looking?
Y'all
I was looking at where I could find
me
Ninja
like
Scroll. I now want to watch it.
Y'all are here playing with me. All right.
Yeah. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, we could do it. No, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm telling you.
Let me go to justwatch.com.
As the old prophets used to say, shit.
Oh shit, it's a whole series too. Oh, it is not available for streaming. So I'd actually have to track down a physical copy of this movie.
Or soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Don't do that, Kevin.
It's I still can't. I want to. You know, somebody asked me the other day when I posted, I think like the Peacock price increase. Somebody hit me up on a Discord DM a month ago. I was like, yo, do you know how to get into that? And I was like, no, unfortunately I don't. I'm so sorry. All right, back to what the fuck I am doing. Yes, Overwatch 2 is on Steam officially. It is running now on the Steam Deck. However, and I did launch this, not to show you it running on the Steam Deck, but I launched it to see if my DLC I purchased showed up. It has now been almost 10 hours, and I still do not have my DLC that I purchased through Steam. For those who do not know, the single player content did come out for Overwatch 2 today. Also, shout out to Blizzard for launching Overwatch 2 into 1.0. Beats me. Apparently, it was in early access this entire time.
Yep.
However, when it launched on Steam, anybody who tried to purchase the DLC or tried to purchase that single player content, it charged them. It shows up as purchase on Steam, but the game itself does not see, that game as having the DLC activated. From what I understand, this is only a Steam issue. So me being the idiot said, yeah, I'm gonna play this on Steam and get rid of my Blizzard version. I have now spent $15 on it on DLC that I can't play until Steam fixes issues. Now I could go and purchase it on Blizzard, but I can't get my $15 back from Steam because they don't offer refunds on DLC. So here we are. That's one thing that's been going on this week, or that's what's going to be going on lately. Carrying over from last week, of course, Dave the Diver, still good.
Like I said, play with. I'm throwing this in there just for your reference later.
On my list.
Let's talk about it.
What, Dave the Diver?
No. Well, I mean, yes, you should talk about Dave the Diver. I put something in the DMs for your enjoyment later.
Hopefully it's good news. I would love good news. Oh, yes, that is good news. I'll be here forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So yeah, Dave the Diver, still good. I like the fact that there is a story, but also I really wish it was just me going into the river. I mean, going into this blue hole, as they call it, getting fish and serving it at my sushi restaurant. I really do not give a shit about the sea people. I hate that this is even a thing. When they started introducing this shit, I said, man, come on. All I really wanted to do was fish and make sushi. It's very rare that a game comes along that makes me want to fish. And getting to shoot fish with a fucking harpoon gun or a rifle seemed like my kind of jam. But now you got me investigating sea people. I imagine I haven't checked the Steam reviews for Overwatch yet, but I would imagine that it's going to do the thing. I have seen Dredge, but I don't do the Lovecraftian horror nonsense, so I did not engage with that.
That one's on my list too.
Of course, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on stream. On my Plex server, I have finally gotten to the point where Tears of the Kingdom have released. And I saw a lot of people playing it, and I kind of want to play it, but I was advised not to start playing Tears of the Kingdom when Starfield is coming out in a month. Just don't do it. So I won't. But that also means that I probably won't be starting Baldur's Gate anytime soon either.
I already know I ain't gonna have. I do not know. I already know I'm not gonna have time for Baldur's Gate. Like, I know it. That's why I'm like, I will wait until a good sale materializes. But I'm not in a huge hurry to play that game. So I'm just gonna wait.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to pick Starfield up on, if I want to play it on Game Pass. Actually, no, I did make the decision. I do want to play it on Game Pass because I forgot I got Xbox Cloud Gaming working on my Steam Deck. So that way I can play it not on my PC all the time. That doesn't make sense, Ruin. But, I mean, if you already bought Baldur's Gate, then I guess, that's fine. But, yeah, when it comes to buy game I don't own or play game that will come to me through the sub that I already have, yeah, I'd do the latter. That's just me. Let's see what else is happening. Nothing that's happening that I can't talk. I mean, I can talk about, but it'd be better if I talk about it next week. Oh, actually, no. I did mention my hair. Finally getting it done Monday. I am the happiest that I could ever be right now. Because finally, with me doing Uber and Lyft, I'm getting way more money than I was with DoorDash. Also, it does not kill my knees, which means I am more willing to go out and do the thing to get the money. And that means I can afford getting my hair done again.
Come on, hair did.
Also, the fact that I can do it in the middle of the week because I don't have a job. And that was my main issue from before. I have a job, I can afford to get it done, but also I need to take off in order to get it done. And I don't, as a millennial in corporate America, who takes time off? What the fuck are we doing? I hope, like, that's the one thing I is something I did not talk to them about because I had to go in for a consultation last Tuesday. Didn't talk about the shape up part, but I am hoping that they all, because I've seen many people with kind of like the top part of their heads locked up and the sides kind of cut, that they actually will do that for me as a part of the whole deal. If not, I was like, look, how much do I need to pay you to just add that? Because I want that done too. Because the one thing I want to do with this hair is to tie it back. And I do not want to do that if the haircut, if all this hair underneath the locks have not been cut, because then it just looks nasty. But yes, I am so happy for Monday. Getting it professionally washed just feels so good, man. Oh my goodness. Y'all don't even know.
I do, because it's the same way I feel when I go see the esthetician about my general skin.
Oh my God.
I see you.
I am so excited. I'm so excited. I've not had it done in over a year. That's how long this shit it's been for me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's all I got going on. Just hoping Overwatch 2 will let me play the single player content eventually. I tried to stream it this week. I mean, earlier today, but yeah, because of the shit happening with Steam, I ended up just playing a whole bunch of quick play. Lucid joined me for some of the co-op stuff. But yeah, hoping to get some more content out for that. And yeah, let me know what y'all think about that Weedcast. If you sub for it, we'll make it. I am willing to sit and learn about all the anime that I didn't have time to watch, because I just didn't have the access to it, or just chose not to try to sell the C's. Only sell the C's for one series, and that was for Ghost in the Shell. Oh, a Ninja Scroll deep dive. How much is that going to cost me? Let's see. Ninja Scroll. Oh, I can buy it as a VHS tape.
Get the real classic experience there.
I have no VCR though. That's the unfortunate part.
You better get a reel to reel.
Oh my God. This is expensive. Kev, I can hear you in my head. You don't have to yell. You don't have to yell, Kev. I hear you. I don't want to, but it's really looking like that.
Looking like what?
There There once was a person who did a thing on a boat. Yeah. Well, seeing that we took up that hour that we had saved because we wrapped up that show early with the bonus episode of the Weebcast.
The one thing that Major is absolutely going to make sure that y'all do is that y'all get the full hour of entertainment. Y'all aren't leaving here before 11. It's against the law.
Was not my intention. It wasn't. But we lost ourselves in Gundam.
It did. We did.
I like Gundam. I do. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in to this episode of Tech Talk Thursdays and bonus Weebcast episode for August 10th, 2023. Again, today's been a good day. Today's just been a good day. It's great being here with you all. Everybody in chat, Kevson, it's great to be here with all of y'all. You bring the positivity, you bring the energy. I love it. Love it. But yeah. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream, or you could have been reading the tech, gaming, and streaming nugs yourself, but you said, no, that's okay. Because we have thoughts, but we don't want to be assholes about it. Dicks are okay, just not assholes. And I know that's going to be clipped out of context.
Phrasing.
I did it on purpose.
Just phrasing. Just phrasing.
Phrasing. And also phrasing. But specifically
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I'm just so fucking happy and giddy. I don't know why. Because I have the power. Anywho, thank you everybody for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. And all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you. And peace. Ha.
Wakanda forever.
It's all hot in here.
All hail to the Montgomery Minking.
Yep. The slam in Alabama.
Aquaman to the rescue.
Mm-hmm.